Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are making slow progress crawling out of the economic hole the robot uprising has put us in. Our consumer goods are improving, as are our energy credit generations, and our volatile moats are almost to where they need to be. I do want to double check our trade routes, make sure everything is clear here. It should be. It absolutely should be. And it is. Perfect. That is wonderful. These guys are not yet willing to accept this peace. We may end up having to attack them, but for right now, I'm 100% more interested in re-upping nanite actuators, actually. That is something that I want to do. Let's do that. Excellent. Okay, so with that there, I did want to look into this because we do currently have a specialist unemployment. When is that going to be demoted? The specialist unemployment. Demoted in 143 days. That's not too bad. We could simply put in a hydroponics farm here. And in 142 days, which is not that far beyond when this finishes up, will be, I think, okay. Wonderful. We have a lot of construction ongoing. There is no doubt about that. This commercial ring world here, it is going to need an additional commercial segment, and we can actually afford to do that since that works off of rare crystals. So we will happily do that. It's allegedly a generator world. It's actually kind of more of a trade world. Mining. Yeah, that's interesting. We're probably going to move... Actually, let's go ahead and replace these two with generator districts. We are running the generator world and energy nexus, and I'm also kind of interested in replacing two of these with city districts. We may leave one. Actually, we may not. That would mean that we can remove the mineral purification plant. We'll have to wait for the month tick, no matter what, because of mineral costs. But I think we'll switch this over to a city district, which would then mean that we would replace the mineral purification plant here with perhaps a commercial zone. Yeah, I think a commercial zone. Okay, well there's that underway. How are we doing on Thredma? That is my biggest question right now. Thredma's actually done constructing, and we need to do something about that. We 100% want to begin doing some civilian fabricator upgrades. We want to get these unemployments dealt with. We're also probably going to want to put in a city district, and I'll wait on the month tick on that. Because we are going to need more housing on this planet, eventually. There we go. Excellent. This generator world, we want to resettle this pop over elsewhere. And let's just get ourselves some energy credits so that we can do that. We'll pop this guy over to, it kind of doesn't matter which of these trade habitats, but we'll pop this guy over here to be a clerk. Excellent. This forge world, I would love... Oh, hello. I did see these guys on the way over, but I did not respond to them. Okay. Gonna sell off a few alloys here, and we're going to head on over. It'll take us 52 days to get there. This station doesn't have defense platforms. Right. I didn't put them in. That is 100% my own fault. I'm hoping that the station will last long enough for us to get there. I'm not surprised that the AI attacked here. It's the correct move. That's what they should have done. 100%. Okay. We're going to hold their fleet here long enough. We're going to lose the station, but we'll get it right back. So that'll be fine.
The spaceport has been lost to the other side.
Oh, this is our army. Why is our army here? I'm a moron and didn't move our army. Okay, fair enough. That did retreat. So that's fine. Okay, and now our fleet shows up. Okay. Sounds good. Ultimately, that's worse for them than it is for us. Construction is completed at Cybrex Alpha. That's good. This Forge world has a worker unemployment, and we can't really do anything about it because we're lacking the volatile motes. I do want to go into like a refinery station here. And at this point, these are always going to be jobs poor, right? That's just the nature of a refinery, because it takes 5 population to get a refinery, but it only gives 1 job. So it's always going to be jobs poor. But we can replace this right now with a chemical plant. That'll get us volatile motes positive-ish. Or at the very least, volatile motes neutral. So that'll be useful for us. This research ring world, we can solve the unemployment easy enough. This trade station requires housing. Easy enough. Excellent. Okay, Sredma, how are you doing? Canopus also needs an upgrade. We can do that. Sredma is working on its city district. I'll go ahead and grab a civilian fabricator after. Excellent. Leader lifespan, sure. We'll grab admin cap. We're still low on our admin cap. Our admin cap is just kind of soaring right now. There's no doubt about that. Okay, we can definitely put in a chemical plant here. That is no doubt what's going to happen. That was pretty much guaranteed. We're gonna need jobs here, so a research lab is the correct answer right now, or actually a research institute is the correct answer right now. Economically, things are definitely beginning to look better for us. We're getting our people put to work, which is wonderful. We do have unemployment here. I'm going to replace this hydroponics farm with a chemical plant, which is, again, going to be jobs negative, but I'm going to replace this hydroponics farm with a chamber of elevation. We don't have one there. So that's something that we should have. Energy credits from jobs. That's nice. We're going to keep doing that as we continue to work on our economy here. So we're currently even on our volatile motes. That is very nice to see. I do want to replace this hydroponics farm. I really, really do. And this food processing center. But I don't think this is the time. Where is this? This is fine. We are going to go ahead and sell off a few alloys so that we have energy credits for this fight. Wonderful. If they're going to keep coming to us, then we're never going to have to go to them. I'm okay with it. There we go. They're up to 60%. They're actually 13 reasons away from a status quo here of giving us our territory. So that's great. This industrial world is lacking housing. Substance abuse is increased on Batrak Prime. That's not great. Okay. We are definitely lacking in housing here. Let's actually just upgrade this to a Paradise Dome to solve that temporarily. I don't really want to change either of these districts yet. Although, Mining District is the most attractive one to change right now currently. There's no doubt about that. How are we doing on our Srudma unemployment? We're doing reasonably well here. We're down to 4 unemployment, and that should solve the unemployment on Srudma. Excellent. Canopus Prime, that will solve its unemployment. This refinery station, it's pretty much always going to have some unemployment. Let's go to a House of Apotheosis just to deal with it for now and get it off the list. This research station, we're going to put in a habitation district. This trade station is doing completely fine. Nothing needing to be addressed in that location. This generator world, we could go to a House of Apotheosis here. And I think that's okay, for now. We're not going to want it forever. Same thing here. This refinery world is never going to have another job again, so we just want to pop over to somewhere like here. Excellent. Put him to work, clerkin. Perfect. We're still negative on volatile motes. I'm going to put in another chemical plant here. Next pop growth will be able to employ that. So that'll be fine. Or the next... We don't have a chamber of elevation. Noted. They did remove chambers of elevation on quite a few worlds. That is for sure. And when we notice that, we'll take care of it. And we have a building slot available. That'll be required. So we have a job available on this refinery station. We're going to put in a chemical plant here as well. That should get us positive on volatile motes, so that is great to see. This is just going to be a research lab, obviously. Or we could put in a civilian industry, but I don't think that that's efficient here. This is not... this is automatically selected as a tech world. Okay, that's fine. This mining station is doing reasonably okay. Most of its jobs are going to come from these astro mining bays, at least for now. It's still going to be jobs poor, though. That's only 3 jobs. Interesting. Still a lot of available jobs on these various worlds. We're at 29 pops here, so we're not ready to replace this yet. Much as I would like to. Unfortunately, not quite yet. This Ecumenopolis is quite a long ways away as well. But we're starting to get to a reasonable point. We have 1 unemployment on Belgium Prime. And now that we're positive on volatile motes, we're negative on exotic gases. Interesting. Well, we'll deal with that as soon as we have a building slot available on a refinery world. Shouldn't be a huge deal. In fact, we have one available right here, so we will go ahead and put in an exotic gas refinery. Ebonar is now also doing substance abuse. I'm not a huge fan of that. Maybe don't. And the reason, of course, is because these research complexes, they do eat up exotic gases. That said, we're not gaining plus 15. Okay. So I guess this the resource gain from jobs for the shortage of volatile motes did indeed affect production. It's not just resource gain. Tooltip is a little misleading on that one, but that's good to know. We'll get an alloy mega forge over here and get some jobs underway. Defense platform damage, sure. And let's go ahead and sell off all of our existing alloys. Because we were about to hit the cap. Or not, I guess, super close, but reasonably close to hitting the cap there. Excellent. This generator world here is going to need a pair of additional commercial zones eventually. Our admin cap is going to need to continue coming up. We're still a little off on that. This commercial ring world here, we could continue to pour in the commercial zones. That said, we're kind of jobs negative here. So I think we're going to need a couple of luxury residences. We're going to need like 4 luxury residences and then 3 commercial zones.
Inbound community.
And then we'll see for the last 3 slots. The Tree of Life Tranquility wants a research agreement. We decline. We want to conquer them. This mining station I'm also going to put in an exotic gas refinery here. We're positive on all of our strategic resources at this point, so that's fantastic. Now we're currently not doing so well on our happiness because of our lack of consumer goods. It's fair enough. To be sure. Okay, I'm going to take this construction ship, and we're going to head over to Atlas. And we are going to begin construction of another habitat in orbit of Atlas 2. And while we're at it, we may as well continue queuing them up. That's what we have the resources for right now. That'll do. Excellent. So in we go, and what are we going to do with those? Well, one of them is going to be an industrial station, for sure. The first one is probably going to be an industrial station to help us boost our consumer goods output. Sredma is currently insufficient for that, and do we have any other industrial worlds that aren't, like, currently constructing? Yeah, we have Zoltan here, but I mean, that world does actually need a civilian fabricator upgrade, but it will have to wait for the next pop to become available. Any other industrial worlds, though? I don't think so, and we definitely require additional industry. I also want to begin work on reinforcing our fleets now that we have the exotic materials that we need to do so.
Alien Federation has gathered.
Really, another Federation? Please don't move to the Atlas system. That was a mistake. Where are you? Yeah, please don't leave this area. So we're going to require additional alloys, but that's fine. We're just going to continue reinforcing our fleets periodically. I expect that we're going to be getting attacked in several locations, but that's 100% fine. We're only 14 reasons away from the status quo right now, and I'm not too concerned. Okay, this fleet is now at its full strength. That's wonderful to see. Of course, this is not helping our naval capacity, that's for sure. But once we take these regions, I think we'll be doing a little bit better on that front. This tech world does require jobs, easy enough. This forge world requires housing, and to that end, we will replace a generator district with a city district. Wonderful. We're starting to get really close to having this under control now. I am going to boost up... These are reactor districts? That's awkward. I'm going to boost up this energy nexus just to give us a technician job, I guess. And this trade station is currently in need of a commercial zone. In fact, I'll put in 2. This research station is in need, of course, of research labs. Actually, we could put in a research institute, which is a little surprising. But we'll do that, and then a research lab. And then this trade station here is in need of housing. Now, we do have 2 luxury residences here already. We are going to put in 2 more. And then we are going to put in a pair of commercial zones. Wonderful. Armor hit points has finished up, and we will grab defense platform hull points. We're down to 330 consumer goods and 387 energy credits in the negative. This refinery station should probably have a synthetic crystal plant on it. Okay. We could think about replacing these, but for right now I'll leave them, just for purposes of jobs. This Forge world has unemployment, and I'm going to solve this by simply slapping in an alloy foundry. Wonderful. Okay. Let's go ahead and scroll on down here. There's a refinery world in need of a job. You will never get another job. So we will place this, of course, in one of our trade habitats. There we go. Fantastic. The second combat fleet is in need of reinforcement, and so we shall. We'll just get to work on that. The first combat fleet will be fully reinforced quite soon. Wonderful. This refinery station is in need of a specialist job. Technician is a worker, isn't it? Yes, it is. When will the specialist demote? Yikes, that's a while. Okay. That is certainly a while on that. Similarly here, we're in need of a specialist job, and the demotion on this will happen in 348 days. I'm not too concerned about that. I would prefer that they demote faster, but I think we'll have to just accept it for now. Achenar Prime is, of course, becoming an ecumenopolis. That'll continue to be a while. But look at this. We nearly have full employment. Very nearly. We're working on our Chamber of Elevation here. This will not be full employment on this habitat, but we can put in a trade district, which will give us full employment on the habitat. Excellent. Yeah, we're low on our stockpile of energy credits. That is to be expected. Excellent. Once again, we could put in a reactor district, but that would give us technician jobs, and it's pointless because this specialist is not a worker. Well, look at that. It's taken a while, but we seem to have gotten our unemployment under control. Now we just need to tackle our consumer goods and energy credits. Wonderful. Scum and villainy on Zoltan Prime. That is not good, considering that this is one of our primary consumer goods production regions. We do currently have an anti-crime campaign on here. Okay. I think it'll probably be okay.
A study has been completed.
High defense platform hull points. Let's grab armor hit points next. Fantastic. And let's go ahead and go to our second fleet and hit that reinforce button again. There we go. Now it's at full strength. We can also begin working on our stations in these regions for putting in the ion cannons again, as well as the defense platforms. Just going to wait for the month tick to finish up here. Okay, I don't think that was all of them. Yeah, that's not all of them, but that's okay. Energy credits from jobs, that's fine. We're kind of going backwards on energy credits right now, I'm noticing. Okay, that's fine. I want to wrap up this war. I do want to wrap up this war. I feel like our economy is kind of as fixed as it's going to be while we're at war. Like, this isn't going to get that much better, right? We do have 3 unemployment on our capital, and we are currently running quite a lot of crime here. That's duly noted. Let's just move these guys on over to a trade habitat. There we go. And that does, of course, mean that this trade station is capable of another structure, and I wouldn't mind putting in another luxury residence here, since we're currently housing negative. That'll be fine. I am noticing that we can't take these to Paradise Domes, but okay. That's, I guess, fine. Not too concerned about that, ultimately. It is, however, about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I'll see you all next time when we decide to put an end to this war at long, long last. See you all then.